What's the worst? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you haven't done so, click on the link that says subscribe to get more content out of my MMA training and the lessons that I learned from MMA and apply them to real life. Let's get it. Popping in from another location. Hey. So today I want to start by talking about a quote by Bruce Lee that says, "I fear not the man that has practiced 10,000 kicks, but I do fear the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 times." So I think about this quote whenever I feel like I need to change a certain habit. So as you guys know, in the past videos that I've created, I've shown the emotional side of me where I get frustrated in my training because I either put so much pressure on myself or don't give up, but I feel like giving up. So recently I've been working on changing certain habits about myself, and that involves me being more present and more aware of my actions when it comes to life. So for example, I have overly trusted certain people, and at the end of the day I have gotten hurt because they either didn't have good intentions, or I never saw the red flags, or I saw the red flags but I chose to ignore them. So it's the fact that I can be too kind sometimes, and then people mistaken my kindness for weakness, and that's a big no-no because those people feel like they can tell you whatever they want to tell you just to get something from you. And so me growing up, I was a very gullible person, and I used to let my guard down a lot and trust a lot of people. But over the years I have learned to manage that and to only trust the people that bring me trust. In comparison to my MMA training, whenever I am against the cage and then I see that I'm being held against the cage, and the only way for me to get out of the cage is by taking a deep breath and trying to find my way out. But in the process of doing that, whenever I find my opening, instead of me completely getting out of that position, I go back to the same position. With that in life, it's whenever you're trying to change something about yourself, but then something comes into play and you mess up or have a slip up, and then you go back to the old ways. Let's say you want to stop eating a certain food, right? And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat healthy, and then you stop eating one good meal, and then you completely say, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw it all away. Or whenever you say to yourself, you know what, I am not gonna think negative thoughts, and so you work every day to think positive, and you say to yourself good things about yourself, and you start just affirming good things about yourself. And then one day you slip up because you had something going on at home with your family members or something, and then you have one negative thought, and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna throw everything away because you had that negative thought.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I'll go back. I'm gonna do it again. No!
Just take a deep breath. I can't take it. You know what? My nose is stuffy because I got punched in the face yesterday when I was sparring. God. Okay, wait. No, for real. Take a deep breath. And exhale. And then you move on. So what I did was that I got out of the position. I tried to get out of the position, and then I went back to it. And so the point of this is that just because I found a way out, it doesn't mean that I have to go back. It's the same thing with life, and the same thing with habits, and the same thing with building anything that is out of your comfort zone. So me being against the cage it kind of put me in a comfortable position, because I mean my back was against the cage, and I mean that person was on me. But if I really think about it, it's more so me changing how I do things. Whenever you feel like maybe there's no way out, or maybe you feel like you tried so hard for something and then you just have a slip up and then you go back to it again, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to go back to the same thing that you did. You don't have to go back to the old ways. And so with this training that I'm about to show you, you'll see that I was held against the cage and I was on my back a lot, and that's my comfort zone, being on my back. But when it comes to fighting, being on your back is not good, because you're gonna get hit, and then that's how people get knocked out, and that's how people lose. So I need to get out of my back. I need to stop being too comfortable being on my back, and I need to get up and find a better position, or get out and then attack. So in life, you will find yourself in positions where you're trying to change something about yourself, and then you get comfortable, and then you forget that you're comfortable. So then something pops up, and now that all the progress that you made, you kind of just let it go, and then you go back to the same person that you were. And so I'm mindfully training right now, because these are the habits that I have done in the cage, and it has happened to me in life, because I have allowed a lot of things to be too comfortable, and they have been second nature. Like I said, like the habits or of trusting too many people even though they don't have good intentions. And that's something that I'm changing and that I'm mindfully practicing. So when it comes about the 10,000 reps, if Bruce Lee says that it takes 10,000 reps to master something, and I just got one good rep of not trying to go back to my old ways, guess how many reps I have to master that. So literally 10,000 reps. It doesn't have to be that way, but how long does it take to build a habit? Have you guys heard of the quote that says, like, it takes 21 days to build a habit and then 90 days to build a lifestyle? That's exactly what it is. So it takes 21 days to build a habit out of anything. So if it's, let's say, thinking positive every day, right? So you have to build a habit for 21 days. And if you have one slip up, you have to go back. And then those days start from the after the slip up. And then it just keeps going until you get enough repetitions so you can get your lifestyle. And that's the same thing that I'm working on right now. I know that I'm working towards these things because I want to master them. I want to be a better person. So I'm going to keep doing everything that I can to get better at it. But I have to mindfully train for now. Once I get enough repetitions, it's going to be like second nature. And that's everything with MMA. You practice a jab, you practice a cross, you practice anything that you practice. You need to have enough repetitions for you to even master them. And even once you get certain repetitions done and you get a certain technique done, here, like tweaks it here and there that you can improve on. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working against the cage. As you guys will see, I warm up my body and my mind, and I get those muscle memory going, and after that, that's where I roll and I get my rounds in. But like now looking back, I wish I would have started this sooner, but I'm glad I started it now. And this is where my MMA training can always apply to life, because when something is off at the gym or there's something off in the mats, I can feel it in my real life. And I can feel it at work, or I can feel it going through school. I can feel it with one of my family members. So there's like, at this point, it's like I need to pay attention as to what I'm doing in MMA, but in life too, so that I can make the best decision for myself. So next time you guys find yourself in a situation where you're trying to build a habit, and remember, it's that one slip up. But even if you slip up, it doesn't mean you have to go back. You can always come back to building that habit again. You can always go back. You don't have to go back to the old ways. And that's a reminder for myself and a reminder for anybody that is trying to change something about themselves. But sometimes you guys feel like you can't do it, or you don't have enough support, or maybe you're not mentally strong. But I'm here to tell you that you are mentally strong. Anybody can do it. You could do it. So try it out. Oh, and just so you guys know, I didn't cry in my training because I also have been working on controlling my emotions. So that's just a few reps. If I did it, you can do it. So there it is. So thank you guys for watching. Go to my Instagram account. It's called nene_MMA_CMM, where you guys can see my training, my mindset, my squad. We're Evolution MMA. Keep in touch. Hasta la vista, warriors.